In this example, we have to simplify the expression 15x squared minus 20x over 10x. Now, your math teachers in the past may have told you not to try to cancel any fractions that involve addition or subtraction. And generally speaking, that's good advice, but we can do something with this one. Because if you're able to factor either the expression on the top or the bottom, then it may give you the opportunity, it won't always, but it may give you the opportunity to do a little bit of cancelling. So we know different types of factoring. We know removing the GCF, the greatest common factor. We know how to factor simple trinomials, how to factor complex trinomials. We know how to factor in groups. And we know how to factor using the difference of two squares. The one that you always check first is try to remove the greatest common factor. So let's look at the top line, because it's the one that involves the addition, in this case the subtraction. Now if you have 15x squared minus 20x, the GCF there's a number that divides evenly into 15 and 20, and that's 5. 5 divides evenly into 15 and 20, so let's write down the 5. You also have an x in both parts. You have an x in the 15x squared, and you have an x in the negative 20x. So since the x is in both places, you can write the x down here as well. So that's the 5x. That's going to be the GCF. Now we're going to write the rest of this inside parentheses. So what you do is you take 15x squared and mentally you divide that by 5x. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. And x squared divided by x, you subtract powers. When you're dividing letters, dividing variables, you subtract powers. So it's 2, take away 1 is 1. So x to the power of 1, or just x. So x squared divided by x is x. Now do the same thing for the minus 20x. So we have a minus, and then 20 divided by 5 is 4. And we had an x, 20x, x divided by the 5x, the x there, the x's will cancel out. So x divided by x cancels out. And on the bottom you have 10x, but think of this way. Can you remove 5x as a factor of 10x? 5x times what would give you 10x? It should be straightforward enough to see that 5x times 2 gives you 10x. Now, you've pulled the 5x out of the top, and it's no longer involved in the subtraction. That means the 5x here is available for cancelling, because it's not involved in addition or subtraction, and so it cancels with the 5x on the bottom. Okay, so the 5x is cancelled, and you end up with 3x minus 4. You don't need the parentheses anymore because there's no more multiplying to be done, over 2. And that's your answer. Now you might feel inclined to see if you can cancel the 2 and the 4, but don't do that because the 4 is tied up in subtraction and therefore isn't available for cancelling. Okay? Remember, if you've got something that's involved in addition or subtraction, you cannot use that to cancel. So your final answer, 3x minus 4 over 2.